looks like most of our runners are ready to start. Well, why don't we just get right into it then?
Let's keep them waiting on the menu a little while longer. Doesn't make a man scrolling around more.
Yeah. As they continue to just circle the menu, why don't we just start at 5? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
And go back to our runners.
So, this is Mega Man X. The category is 100%, so they'll be collecting everything. And they'll be showing off a route that you wouldn't normally see in a race. This is a route that's kind of like, it's the fastest, but it's also a little bit dangerous. So there's definitely the possibility of a very large swing about 9 or so minutes into the game. But that can still be made up by other things later in the game, so don't worry about that. This intro stage is mostly running and shooting, and just making sure that nothing stays on screen too long, or else you can get a little bit of lag. So we could maybe introduce the runners while we're at it.
Sweet, looks like everyone actually has a decent amount of health after the bees. That's
that's pretty nice.
The number one concern in a race in the intro stage. I don't know how many races we had where it's someone dies to the bees and goes, "Can we start over real quick?"
Yeah, no kidding. So I guess the runners, so Tiki is a legend of Mega Man X and of speedrunning in general. He's been at it for ages and ages. Luiz is similarly legendary status. Has held the record multiple times. Darrenville
plays basically every game in the whole series at a really high level. I think he's only got like a couple that he hasn't dipped his toes into, maybe.
Yeah, all around great player. And Darren and Clipper are relatively newer to the game, but just as talented. So this looks to be a really good race. It's like everybody got through the intro stage without dying, which is a big deal. Especially in 100%, you have to count your deaths, and you have to count the extra lives that you get if you take an unfortunate death, because your extra lives as you're going to get the Hadoken are an important resource, and you need to know exactly how many you have.
Yeah, it's always really unfortunate when you forget that you had a death and didn't pick up a 1-up somewhere. Because there is a very convenient extra life spawning bat at the start of Armadillo stage where you go and get the Hadoken, but it's at the start of the stage, so if you forget until later, you can't really go back.
Yeah. So you just saw our runners turn around a little bit for a second there. The mechanic here is Mega Man walks faster. Only walks, not dashes. Walks faster when going down slopes and also jumps a little higher. So they turn around and use that slope jump to get a little bit more height or a little bit more distance.
Yeah, now the run really kind of starts when you get the dash boots. Before this, kind of just intro luck and mashing through the little lumberjack guys. And Yoshi the mech. It's a little sad that top route is a little faster with how long it takes to get in the mech.
Yeah.
The big old pillar that gives you, or forces you to do extra wall kicks if you take the low route.
All right, so what we're looking for here is minimum slides. Luiz already got a slide. All right, looks like the slide count is relatively even so far. I guess, like, specifically what you want is as many of the ice breath patterns as possible. Although that's sometimes not possible without getting slides afterwards. But, like, if you're really lucky, you can shoot. You get, like, lots of good patterns afterwards, and you can just, like, kill the ice sculptures by knocking Penguin into them. But that's very unlikely. Either way, pretty even start so far.
Yeah, I was about to say pretty even luck all around on that Penguin fight. Seemed like most of our runners got 2 slides, but Darren got a little unlucky. He got a 3rd one in there. My count's correct.
Yeah.
And coming into the hardest stage in the game, tons of vertical movement, which is very difficult to do optimally.
3 runners within a second of each other into that elevator. That's really impressive. This elevator is like the break in the middle of the impossible stage where you don't have to do much. Luiz showing off that you can run into the spikes without taking damage if you do a wall kick. This outside climb is pretty perilous. Gotta make sure that you're not falling down. Ooh, first try ice list for Luiz. Looks like first try for Clipper as well.
Like a tries for 3rd try for Tiki. And Darren gets it as well. Not too shabby.
There's also a little bit of luck in this Kuwanger fight. You want him to like not go into the infinite teleport phase if possible, but it's very, very rare for that to happen. Luiz getting fairly lucky there.
Yeah, Luiz got pretty close.
Oh, Clipper with a little bit of difficulty at the last hit of the fight there.
Yeah, Kuwanger decided that he wanted the middle instead. So one of those things in this game where at the end of the fight you lose control of X and he walks all the way to the middle before teleporting out. So at the end of the fight you'd prefer to be there, but occasionally like a boss does something weird and that either isn't really an option or he can hit you first and then you take the middle from him.
Yeah. All right, here we are. Sting Chameleon. This is not the stage that you would maybe necessarily expect, having watched like marathon runs of Mega Man X 100% before. But it is just barely faster to take this heart with a phantom grab. Oh.
Ooh.
Everybody got it, but Tiki died on the way back. So this is still a pretty close race. But
yeah,
Tiki has to worry about that extra life.
Yeah, it's a glitch that's not super new anymore, but it's a more recent addition to do this one in the 100% run. And the quote-unquote simplified version of how it works is you pick up a drop immediately before you load a new object into the game, and that object just kind of loads directly into the boomerang rather than being where it should originally be placed. So that's how they got the heart tank that's normally on the far ledge across that big open pit.
Yeah. And so that was like the big thing where it's really hard. So we were kind of expecting that like somebody was going to fall significantly behind, or maybe 3 people would fall significantly behind, and we'd be watching just like a solo attempt plus stragglers, but thankfully it seems like we're all off to the races. Like, Tiki took that death, but he's not very far behind.
Heck yeah, mech strats.
Mech strats are also a very new addition to the run. The mech is just like a small amount faster than normal dashing, but often it would cause lag. But if you like punch exactly the right enemies and take damage on exactly the right enemies, then it's faster. Chameleon's just a quick juggle, and then we're off to Eagle Stage, which is probably the most spectacular instance of a Phantom grab.
Yeah, it's definitely a fan favorite. That's another Phantom grab we're hoping to see.
Yeah, this is another big swing moment, possibly.
Unlike Chameleon third, like that one, if you mess it up, you do get other tries. This one, you only get one try. So hopefully everyone gets it immediately. Luckily, this one is quite a bit easier.
Looks good for Luiz. Looks good for Clipper. Looks good for Darren.
Good for Darren.
Oh, baby. So you can see that by grabbing the elevator platform here, you're able to go super fast. I think the boomerang goes like 1.5 times as fast as like dashing. So you end up saving like 15 seconds.
Way faster. You can take kind of more direct routes. Tiki, a little bit of a struggle on that barrier, but yeah, it kind of just happens sometimes. The platform gets in your way and kind of clips you away.
Yeah. Maybe if we're lucky, you'll get a two-step on the way out.
Yeah. But is he ready for it?
Oh,
never mind.
Tried.
It's just completely in the way.
Extra points for trying, though.
Yeah. Right, Storm Eagle. We're kind of just looking for him to not dive. Since the runners have Sea Sting, it doesn't really matter what else he does. This is the only thing that really loses time. Ooh, Luiz getting fairly lucky. Went up off screen like one dive and then comes right back.
Yeah. But you can see that like loses almost as much time as like Clipper's 3 dives there. Like the hover is not very good if it comes out of a dive.
Yeah, unless it's like pretty early into the fight.
Yeah.
Didn't quite see what pattern Darren got or Tiki, but seems like it couldn't have been too bad because everyone's dropping into Flame Mammoth.
Yeah. Very close race so far. I'm proud of my people.
Could I step in with a donation for a moment?
Absolutely.
I have a $15.69 donation from Dr. Meltz. It says, I'm incredibly excited for this Mega Man X race, and you all should be too. We will be seeing some excellent, exciting tech on this route, performed by 4 legendary runners. Tiki's recent runs have been among the best ever completed by a human being. Luiz might just be the most consistent player around. Clipper decided that running Mega Man X wasn't enough, and speed ran the leaderboard too. Her rise to the top of the game was as rapid as it was impressive. And Darren has shown through both this game and X3 that his technical capabilities are near unrivaled. I wish the 4 of you the best of luck. I know you will make the Mega Man X community proud today, and for many years to come. Also, I will be donating an additional $5 for every time Flame Mammoth tells us he's an elephant.
So having the charged Chameleon Sting is a pretty powerful asset in the in the rest of the 8 Maverick stages. So you get a small amount of time save from that too. But the big time save was just having it for Eagle. Here's this is one of the few fights that you can get frame perfect every time, just because you can't get those double hits with the tornado. Okay, now our runners are off to Spark Mandrel, which is the other hardest stage in Mavericks. It's where Kuwanger stage is more. Oh, I was wrong. I forgot that these people get their
early Penguin revisit.
Yeah, Penguin revisit first.
It's technically a little better for stage select inputs. That's about it. And yeah, you have Chameleon Sting already at this point, so it's not actually that different to do it here. So you may as well.
Yeah, this is like so. I mean, there's revisits later to Armadillo to get the Hadoken, and I don't really like those. They're kind of tedious. But this revisit where you get to like redo a part of the stage that you didn't have the dash or weapons for, and redo it feeling like a god with all your new kit, that's pretty cool. I enjoy that. So now with that false start out of the way, we're gonna actually go to Spark Mandrel.
Which Darrenville has been in for a while. He didn't get the memo. He wasn't doing Penguin revisit. He wants to look like he's in the lead for a while.
Yeah. So Darren does look like he's in the lead, but he has like a 45-second or so revisit to do afterwards.
Yo, nice hard grab though.
Oh baby.
Grabbing the heart directly off of the a jump from the left, that's quite tricky to make the boomerang arc upward, but also be far enough over that it still collects the heart. Good old Thunder Slimer, just sticking to the ceiling for everybody. Although I think only Luiz went for the other strategy, where you like bait him to come down and switch weapons, but he just didn't get it.
Luiz did something kind of weird there. I think he got his strats mixed up. He had to bonus appearance, just a cameo from charged boomerang cutter there.
He just wants to show it off. It's a really sick weapon that doesn't really get used anywhere.
Yeah. You only get to see that in any percent normally.
Yeah. If only it didn't cause so much lag, you could totally use it other places, but you know, you fire it and you get 30 FPS until it's gone.
Yeah. Let me just wait 10 years for this to go away.
Spark Mandrel fight, it's a pretty tricky fight to do. You can sneak an extra ice hit in while he's frozen because his invincibility frames don't change, but he has so many movement options that you have to account for. So you saw a lot of the runners bonking into him in between hits, so that way they could have their own invincibility to kind of be able to follow him around if he does anything weird.
Yeah.
And shoot him as close as possible to get all the ricochets to hit him one after the other. Makes it easier to get close to frame perfect hits. And here we go. Did Tiki get a 1-up? I didn't see any, but he does need one.
Yeah, I didn't...
Maybe.
It's hard when you're trying to watch 4 screens to, like, keep track of stuff like that. Oh, he was trying to go for the Phantom Grab on the E-Tank there, but unfortunately, he went a little bit too far, and the boomerang curled around the wrong way.
Yeah, I think, like, the strategy normally is you land and then do the shot and then dash right away, but if you do them together, the boomerang kind of goes forward and then arcs downward and just goes the complete wrong way.
Yeah.
But it's a very particular execution on the trick to try to do it correctly.
Oh, by the way, on the heart there, you can see like a very minor graphical glitch. You can, with the boomerang, you can actually carry items further away from where their graphics are loaded. So it loaded like the graphics for the miners or something, and so you get this like glitched looking heart. It's just a very cool minor thing in the speedrun.
Yeah, you'll see another one coming up on the heart and Octo on Darrenville stream. That one's pretty cool because it like turns into like bits and pieces of the snake robot.
Yeah. All right. I think we could probably have one donation while we're going through all these mini bosses in Octo Stage.
My pleasure. I have a $20 donation from Grace Idea. Happy SGDQ 2021 and great Mega Man X run so far. Best wishes towards a great speedrun week and raising a lot for Doctors Without Borders. May ice skips be in your favor, and let's see some more money towards those great Metal Wolf Chaos cutscenes. Do I have time for another?
Yeah, one more, I think.
Okay. $25 donation from Fempress. Mega Man X is one of my favorite game series. Let's go, Clipper.
All right, thank you very much. So here we go. We've got Darren going into Octopus fight. The thing with Octopus is that it can do the energy drain, which wastes a lot of time. Really sucks, no pun intended. But one of the interesting things is, like, you have these struggle inputs, and so if you press a button on the controller or something, then you'll reduce the timer for the energy drain. And if you have the fire wave, it shoots 30 times a second, and it counts each as one of those as like a struggle input. So you can break out of the energy drain super quick and thus cancel it super quick. So people used to just like wail on their controllers trying to get out, and now all you need to do is just hold the shoot button. It's pretty nice.
Ooh, Luiz getting a little unlucky. The odds of him getting an energy drain, well, anyone getting an energy drain, go up the farther away you are from Octo. Luiz fought him from pretty close and just got an energy drain like right off the bat. Something you gotta deal with this guy.
Yeah. So here you can see the equalizer, and Darren having to go back and get that heart that he skipped earlier. The differences between that and getting it early are so minor that they're basically non-existent. It's just like an extra, like, 1 or 2 stage select inputs.
Yeah, it looks like Darren's pretty much synced up with Tiki, at least from my perspective. Both of them select Dillo at seemingly the same frame.
Looks like Tiki has to farm for a life after all, though.
Oh, did Clipper actually get the grab earlier? Or did she just go grab it the old-fashioned way on the first time through? She just blew right past.
Well, I suppose that she must have got it. This shows how much attention we've been paying so far. It's so hard to watch 4 screens for like instantaneous moments like that can severely change the run.
Yeah, I mean, that part of the game is just like, yeah, they probably didn't get it, and you just, I'm watching super close because that's the kind of trick it is that just rarely happens.
Yeah. If you do get it though, it saves like 6 seconds, or maybe 7 if you get it the first time around.
First try, it's insane. Just being able to blow right by while everyone else is doing the setup again, or doing the setup and then going and actually grabbing.
Oh, that's the
item.
worst. Yeah. So we are basically open season on donations for the next like minute and a half or so.
You got it. $25 from Noble Boy 77. XXX. Why everyone loves this game? Because it is a timeless entry that always deserves its status as a classic. Good luck to every Maverick Hunter on deleting the vile Sigma virus, and keep on fighting for everlasting peace. Come on, we're just getting started. Always enjoy Mega Man action each year, viewers. From your truly mega fellow player, Noble Boy. Beam teleports out. Have a $50 donation from 1T Lee. Says, happy to finally be able to donate. Peace, pardon me, love and peace, y'all. $50 from Drift Peasants. My family and I always love this time of year watching amazing speedruns and donating to a good cause. And $100 from LV Creed. Another year, another SGDQ. Got to always give my support to the Mega Man side of gaming, so good luck to our 4 Mega Man X Hundo runners and to the runners of Mega Man X2 and 2 Game Boy later on. All that said, we need those Metal Wolf Chaos cutscenes. It's July 4th, we need the most American of cutscenes. Let's have a good GDQ and continue to support MSF.
All right. Thanks, Creed, and all the rest. The LV Creed is a well-known friend of the Mega Man X community. So here we are. Got the Hadoken, which is the secret move in Mega Man X that lets you one-shot most things. And we're just gonna go into the fortress stages here. The objective here for now is to take damage as fast as possible. It's faster to take damage while moving than while against the wall, but against the wall is like not the worst option. So you just dump the rest of your health there. You need to have 6 or fewer HP going into this sort of mandatory cutscene loss against Vile. And a bit of nifty camera and footwork to have the Vile text cutscene play over the fight, and so it can like skip a little bit of text here as well. It saves like 15 seconds in total.
I didn't quite see everybody's skip, but it looks like at least Darren and Tiki got the quick skip, which is a nice little bonus time save, cutting off the last couple text boxes.
Yeah. So here, Zero's dead, and because this is 100%, nothing of consequence happens. We're just going to go into the first boss refight, which is Boomer Kawanger. There is a very small but non-zero possibility of teleport here ruining somebody's day. Not so for Luiz. Oh no!
Of course.
This is my fault. I'm sorry. Clipper getting bodied a little bit. Oh, and it's so hard to recover from this. Like,
Okay.
some people, like in tournament settings or in races, sometimes they will actually start the fight with something that's not the Hadoken, and then you can actually just use the sort of dance technique that they did in the 8-map stages to to make sure that they get the hit and they can't get teleport trolled.
And because of that and a little bonk that happened earlier in the climb, Clipper's burned through all of her sub-tanks that she has. If I recall, there might be a tiny bit of juice in one of them, but
Yeah.
there's not much room for mistakes anymore.
Yeah. Normally a little bit of juice is all you need, but sometimes, like, I don't know, things can Things can spiral out of control, so you have to be very careful from here on in. Ooh. Luiz got a little lucky there. He messed up the Hadoken on Penguin, but didn't get a
Darren
slide.
too.
Ooh, Darren!
The double hit.
All right. Tiki nailed it. It's like Clipper nailed it.
And uncharacteristic to see mistakes on the Penguin refight. A lot of the Mavericks kind of open the same exact way every time, and Penguin's one of them. He always spits the ice chunk. It's just that you have to jump over it, so it's easy to kind of rush your shot input and fire right before hitting the ground, and so you just get a lemon instead. Giving Penguin an opportunity to actually do something bad, like slide.
All right. Now, Rangda Bangda, everybody's favorite face.
You know, personally, my favorite face is his face from Nick Jr.
Luiz got basically the best pattern possible. That was pretty sick.
Typical. Oh, and Darren getting basically the worst. 3 green eyes, really.
Oh my goodness. So you you want the eyes to like move down towards you so that you can use the Hadoken, because you can only use it on the ground. And obviously once the nose is dead, then the walls stay closed and you can't Hado again.
Yeah, unfortunately, you don't have the Shoryuken in this one.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you could just hit whatever eye, doesn't even matter.
Very clean Armadillo Skip there. Basically using the ice sled to push yourself past the camera trigger. And when the camera's not scrolled up, then Armadillo doesn't load. It just counts him as dead, and you can go forward. But if you jump up inside that room, it'll actually spawn him, and it can like spawn him on top of you. It's pretty rough. It's like Darren had a little bit of trouble there with the skip. I'm just gonna do the backup. Not bad. Air Hadoken. You place a sled in the wall, and then you have to pause to get back to Buster, because you can only use the Hadoken with the Buster. And then you just you shoot the Hado from the standing state you were in on the sled.
And Luiz went for the YOLO Hadoken on the Mandrel refight. Didn't quite work out. He did get hit by the spark. So that is one of the good patterns you want to see, because he's not dodging.
Yeah. All in all, though, I was not expecting this race to be this close in Sig 3. Like, this is wild.
Very sketchy Octo refight for Luiz as well.
Oh, yeah, if you let Octo take, like, a second action, then you know you don't have any idea what you're in for. Like, you can do anything.
It's really awkward. He can start the fight with either a low jump or a high jump, and because it's underwater, the timing on the Hadoken that you have to do is way different. He fired the Hadoken too early for the high jump, and Octo got another action and even hit him.
All right, D-Rex. The objective here is to do exactly what Luiz just did. You dash forward, you like do your Hadoken inputs, except for the shot, on the way to the boss. And then you just hop up and press shoot. And if you're on the ground when you press shoot, then it'll actually just do the Hadoken. And so you can get a very quick kill on D-Rex there, and you don't have to worry about which pattern it does.
All right.
Got, like three runners within like 15 seconds of each other going into the final stage, and Darren not that far behind either, despite failing the Armadillo Skip.
Yeah, Darren's pretty much just behind by that one extra explosion that he got. Couple of lemon Hadokens from Tiki and Clipper, the dog.
Yeah. Well, thankfully the dog's iframes are so short that doesn't actually cause a problem.
And time's coming up for Luiz.
Gets knocked down. That's such a troll.
Yeah.
You have to be pretty precisely placed on the claws to be safe from the lightning. All right. So Luiz is the winner, but we've got Tiki in second place.
Followed very shortly by Clipper.
Yeah.
One more hit.
Very nice. So just the final fight for Darren now. Let's see. Is he going to change colors in time with the music for us? No. Sad day.
Aw. How dare he?
All right. So yeah, the being on the right-hand side of the left claw is the best position to be in this fight. And so you basically just consider that your home position. You always want to get back to there if you can. Just like that.
Yeah. You're far enough to the right, you'll dodge all the lightnings that come out of the left claw, but also dodge the right claw coming in, and Darren's finished as well.
Yeah. Very great race between these four runners. Super impressed.
Yeah, it's super close for how volatile of a category 100% is nowadays.
Yeah.